So welcome back, and how did you go? Do you need to reallocate your time to produce an even better result? Look, one of the things I'd recommend you do is this particular Achiever Matrix, that you get a copy of this from your coach and literally able to share that with your team. Have that up in front of you, and you can ask a very, very simple question during your day. And that is, where am I focused right now? And if you're focused up in 1 and 2, you're going to get a coaching thumbs up. You're actually on the right track to producing results. If you're down here in 3 and 4, you're really missing the point. And the more time you spend in 3 and 4, the less results you'll be producing with your time. So focus is the key. Now, to help you with that daily planning, let's have a look at it. This is in your notes as well. Now, to tell you about this, I'm going to share a story with you. There's a gentleman by the name of Charles Schwab. He was the first man in the world to earn $1 million in salary in a year. And that occurred in the early 1920s. So you can imagine what that salary was like. He called in the management guru of the day, a gentleman by the name of Ivy Lee. And Lee came in, and Schwab simply said, could you look at the way I'm working and the way my team is working and see if there was a way to actually improve the results that we're producing? Lee looked around for 2 or 3 weeks and came back with a management report. Now, typical management report is, super thick with pages. But Lee didn't do that. He came in and went over to the chalkboard at the time and wrote these points up. He said, I want you and all of your managers to make a list of things to do today. Second thing I want you to do is to set priorities on that list, A, being the most important to achieve today, B, being not critical to the success of today, and C, a low priority, and I want you to ask how you can delegate this out. Okay, so set priorities. Great. Make a list, set priorities. Next is, I want you to work on the most important first. Great. I've made a list of things to do, I've set priorities, and I'm working on the most important. The final thing is, do it every day until it becomes a habit. Now, interestingly enough, early 1920s, this was the advice that Lee gave to Charles Schwab, the president of Bethlehem Steel, the largest company of its kind in the world at that point in time. Now, the question of fees came up, and Lee could see this was not a good time to, put a huge bill in for this particular advice. So he said to Charles Schwab, I'd like you and all your managers to use this for the next 21 days, habit creation time frame. And at the end of those 21 days, you pay me what you think it's actually worth. Now remember, this was early 1920s. For this piece of advice in the early 1920s, Lee received a check in the mail for $25,000 for this advice. So even though it might be around for a long period of time, what I'd love you to focus on is this is very much the key to giving you focus. You see, if you're not working from a list of priorities, look, and if you only had 1 or 2 things to do in an entire day, it'd be okay not to have a list of priorities. But most of you are going to have a work style where you've got a whole range of different things you need to deal with. If you don't have a list of priorities, you're going to become scattered and less focused on the main aim of the game. What this is all about is giving you focus and energy. Now, you're getting this advice as part of Coaching Club. So the important thing is for you to focus in and develop a strategy that allows you to plan your day effectively. Oh, of course, the best time to plan your day is the night before. Rather than taking the black cloud or the day home with you, dump it into your organiser. And be that a paper-based diary, be it on computer or be it in your electronic organiser. The thing I know is you want to take it out of here and get it into your mind. And that will give you more focus and more energy towards you achieving your results. Now, the important thing is that you have a system and a way of doing this. Please don't put it on scraps of paper all over the place. So have a quality conversation now and talk about how are you planning your day? What are you focused on and how do you increase your focus in your day? We know the Achiever Matrix is there to help you, guide you, but now, in your day, how do you start to determine a priority? How are you organised to make that happen? Go to it right now.